What's going on today, guys? Today we're back in Forza Horizon 4 and I am showing you guys an absolutely wild build that I just got done. This is a 1971 Myers Manx, basically dune buggy. That's all you need to know. This thing is pretty wild. I made some body modifications to it. Obviously you can see there's no roll bar. And the most notable of all modifications that I made is the 4-liter flat 6 out of a 911 GT3 RS. Now this thing is absolutely wild. Twin turbo, fully upgraded, the whole 9 yards. And it is pretty freaking awesome. Headed out to our destination now. This car originally came... Ooh. That was bad. This car originally came with a 4-cylinder out of a Beetle. So it handling... And I mean, surprisingly, it's actually handling the flat 6 pretty dang well. It has a total of... I actually didn't look at the horsepower before. 960 horsepower, 630 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 1,400 pounds. That is not supposed to happen. That's ridiculous. I wish it would have gotten into the 4-digit horsepower mark. I'm a little sad that it didn't, but honestly, it has too much already. But like I said, it handles it really, really well. I expected to get out here and just kind of spin out everywhere and just go crazy. What really helps with that is the fact that in the conversion tab, I went all out and I did an engine conversion, I did an aspiration conversion, did the twin turbos, and I may or may not have done a drivetrain conversion and made it all-wheel drive. But it works really, really well. I haven't even tuned it or anything yet. It's just the normal whatever tune. I haven't played around with that too much, but oh god, it does understeer, and that's something that I need to sort out in the tuning. But for now, we'll go ahead and get those wreckage points. Alright, I've arrived at my destination. So we're just gonna give it a try. We're just gonna have some fun out here. It's a dune buggy, and I mean, these are not necessarily dunes, but it's off-road. It's on off-road race tires. It works. It works good enough. I do have a scoreboard out here that I could try to get. Don't remember how. I'll have to see if I can figure that part out. This is like, I'm pretty sure the only one I have left to get. I'm pretty sure it's the only one that I've not gotten. Yeah, that one up there behind the text. Can kind of barely see it, but it's there. So I'm pretty sure that I'm actually facing the right way right now. I think. I don't know, we'll try it this way. And we'll see if it works. I'm not with that other hill there. I'm not sure that this is gonna work. I feel like if any car can get this board, though, I feel like this will be the one. Yeah, that's way too short. Oh man, I thought for sure I'd. Oh god. Okay, calm down. This thing is wild, rowdy. Okay, let's. Trying so hard to remember how to get that one. I can't remember. Maybe it was this way. Maybe you had to face this way and kind of come down there and hit that not dirt ramp, that hill. Yeah, I do not carry enough speed to do that. Landed on all 4 wheels, nailed it. I feel like it would almost be easier to just get a big Jeep or something and attempt crawling up the side of this thing. Not sure if there's anything in the game big enough to do that, but worth a shot, I guess. For now, I'm wanting to have fun with this Myers Max, though. This Dune Buggy. Don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, there's no ramp here to travel up. Oh well, forget it. I'll get it later. But I wanted you guys to see this because this is kind of a crazy, unique build. I feel like this would be a pretty good competitor for some off-road racing. Because as you can see, it's hard to control. It's rowdy, but I mean, if you can get used to it, and like I said, I just finished this build. I didn't do it on screen just because who wants to see me go through the upgrade menu? But I mean, this thing is crazy. It's a relatively cheap build. The car was about 35,000 credits, and then to completely fully upgrade it, I mean everything. I changed the wheels and everything. It was about 111,000 credits. So less than 150,000 credits, you have a really freaking good off-road competitor, and that is pretty good in my opinion. Because some of like the trucks and stuff that you would normally run with, maybe like the Trailcat, those kind of things that you normally run the off-road races with, they're a lot more expensive. And this is, oh God, I did not see that coming. This is cheap and really, really effective. As you guys can kind of tell, I'm starting to get a little more used to it, and I'm starting to get a little better at controlling it. It's just in a matter of keeping it in a higher gear. Don't travel around in a very low gear to where you're spinning all four tires everywhere, because as we know, when the tires are spinning, they're not working. So, and normally you would have at least the front two working, but this, the conversion being done, all four wheels spin, you have no control. And that is a little bit of an issue with this thing, but like I said, once you get it under control, you learn the car. It's a learning curve, like any of the other cars. It's a learning curve. Get used to it, you can control it, you're good to go. So let's see, let's go back up that hill. It is very spin happy, especially on the dirt. Let's get back to this. Oh God, I was not expecting that backflip. Come on, come on, get back on the wheels. Get back on the wheels, get back on the wheels. Oh, I didn't get back on the wheels. Dang it. Alright, let's go back down to the asphalt. Let's see how it does on the asphalt, because most of these off-road races have a little bit of asphalt time. A little bit of time on the blacktop. So let's see. It's wet right now, so this is going to be a little bit even more tricky. This thing just floats. Alright, how fast can we get this dune buggy? Oh, that was a lot sharper curve than I was expecting. Let's find a straight road. Let's go over to the highway. I'm really curious. Let's start right about there. I'm really curious as to how fast I can get this thing, because now that I'm a little bit better with it, and it's not, I mean, it is floating around everywhere, but I'm getting used to controlling it a little bit more. I'm really curious to see what kind of top speed we can get out of this little miniature beast. So, let's come through the tunnel. Sounds like a Porsche. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Oh God, I'm going, and it put me facing the wrong way. You gotta be kidding me. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to what direction you're going. So here I am, thinking I'm going the other way on the highway, and I'm not. And that was not too effective. Let's see. Turn around. A little understeer there. Okay. Didn't see that there. Now we're going the right way. So I'm already at 180 miles an hour, still pulling really freaking hard for 180 miles. I mean, things just don't normally pull this hard at 200 miles an hour. So I'm in 6th gear. This is my last gear. So I think I'm about to wind it out. 220? 220? Come on, 220. Little curve. I don't think 220 is going to happen. I think there's too many curves in this highway. A little bit of understeer kicking in there. Let's get back on the right side of the road so we can quit having trouble with oncoming traffic. All right. This thing really floats around, so you basically just have to make turns early if you want to successfully navigate them. Come on, I just want 220. All right, let's try going back the other way. See what happens. Let me play with the gearing just a little bit. I really want to see 220 out of this beast. So maybe I can get a little bit better traction this way. Gearing. Maybe this will work. Maybe. Let's try it. Alright, it already feels a little bit better. I think for the power it had and everything, the weight of the vehicle, I think that gearing was a little bit too aggressive. Seems to be a little better now. And it's definitely sticking a little better now. Here's another thing we can do in the tuning, since I do have those aero parts installed. Let's cut this down a little bit. Alright. 220, baby. Oh yeah, we got it now. Oh yeah! Let's see how far over. Let's see what we can just completely tack it out at. Alright, we're at 210. 215. Curve coming up, which is not a good sign. Yeah, I don't. I think this Dune Buggy could. Oh god, I thought he was in the other lane. That curve tricked me. I don't think that the Dune Buggy is not capable of maybe say 225. Just with this current tune, with the current, with the road the way it is, that highway, I just don't think it's going to allow for it. But if I had a super straight stretch and played with the tuning a little bit more, I think it probably could do 225. But hey, this is a freaking Dune Buggy with no doors, no roof, no nothing, no roll bar, no nothing. It's basically just a shell, a little tiny windshield, a 960 horsepower Porsche 6-cylinder with twin turbos slapped on it, and wheels. I mean, it's a tub, wheels, and an engine, and that is essentially it. I mean, that's what a Dune Buggy is. That's like the definition of a Dune Buggy. And I mean, that's to do 220 miles an hour in that. It's one of those. It's one of those only in Forza things. But between off-road and on-road, I'm really impressed, because usually like the off-road cars, you get them on-road and they go real slow, and then they kind of really excel off-road. other way around. You know, your supercars and stuff, you take them off road and they can't do anything. Like most of the things that can do 220 miles an hour on the highway are not going to be driving around on a dirt road, handling really good at like 100 miles an hour off road. And this little dune buggy does that. It's, you know, obviously it's a little bit unpredictable. You have to get used to it. But I mean, to come off road and be able to really throw it around like this, to where you would be competitive in an off-road race, very competitive actually, that's impressive, and that's a good thing. And then on top of all of that, you factor in the build cost, and you know, not that prices are really an issue in Forza. You get enough money between wheel spins and everything else, but when you factor that in, if your wallet's hurting, or if you just aren't a fan of off-road races, you want to build something cheap to beat them all real quick and move on, it's a good option. So good all-around little fun thing that you can still race with. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. That kind of summarizes it. You guys saw it. So at this point, I'm gonna wrap it up. See you guys in the next one, and let me know how you enjoyed this video. Go get yourself a Myers Dune Buggy and see what you can do with it. There's a few other options for the engine swap. They just don't give as much power as this, so maybe one of them will work better. Maybe you can do, I think that one of them was, well, I won't spoil it. It was like a 4-cylinder turbo, flat 4 turbo. So you throw that in there, and you make a little less power, but you keep it rear-wheel drive, and maybe it'll be better on road, maybe it'll be better both, who knows. So let me know what you guys have done with this build, and if you've used it. I would love to hear from you guys, and see you next time.